Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Well, welcome back to Frankenstein Control. Still on our regular schedule there. No hiatus this time around.
It's kind of amazing. How shocking.
It is. How y'all been?
I've been.
You've been?
I've been. He needs more men.
An old chestnut. Have you been, Ada?
I've been good. I've been working on projects, and it's fulfilling.
I've been working on projects, and it is fulfilling but also exhausting because I realized I've not taken any time off work in a year. And that's probably the missing ingredient as to why I'm insane.
Yeah.
The secret ingredient is crime.
The
All
secret.
work and no play makes BRI something.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do. It's The Simpsons, etc.
Of course.
Yes.
I thought that was a Family Guy joke.
I thought it was a Hank of the Hill joke.
I thought it was a Brickleberry joke.
I thought it was a Bob's Burgers joke.
I thought it was a Pickles the dog joke.
Ugh.
No thanks.
I'm just trying to think of the worst shows.
Yeah.
That's from Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Was it? Tom Goes to the Mayor was alright. I like Tom Goes to the Mayor.
I don't remember much from Tom Goes to the Mayor except that I was not ready for Tim and Eric's humor at the time that it was on.
I liked it because I like silly faces.
And it does it has a lot of those. That show's nothing but silly faces.
Yeah, it's just people making silly faces the show, and then they're all posterized, so it's like even more simple and condensed and funny.
Yeah.
But so I like Tom Goes to the Mayor.
I just remember that, like, Tom's wife, who was mentioned a lot but never shown, and then finally was shown, always talked to him, Tom, you piece of shit. You know, she was, like, always real abusive to him and talked in that really weird voice.
Uh-huh.
It was like whoever was, like, voicing her, like, was, like, clearly, like, holding her nose and went, Tom!
Oh, okay.
And she was always portrayed as being, like, massive and on a rascal scooter or some shit. Mm-hmm. It was a strange show and a strange time.
Oh, wait, so it actually showed her she was like that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or at least whatever they posterized as her image was like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. It was very silly, too. That whole show was goofy.
It was.
Welcome, sorry about that brief interlude. A strange interlude into welcoming y'all to Frankenstein Control. I'm your host, Taylor. To my right is B-Rye.
I'm B-Rye, and I'm wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of shit, and I only noticed that when I re-listened to our old episodes, and I'm like, oh boy, that didn't age well, or that's completely not correct, or I don't know where I presented that as though it was fact, and it is not true at all. I was mistaken because I'm a doofus. I was just listening to last week's episode, and I mentioned that Emma's on that Victorian anime that I was watching, that the lady she worked for was French. She's not. She's definitely German, and there's ample evidence for that I missed.
She does say, oh, Scheiße, and hands out a DVD copy of The Church of Fudge to the main character, and to the left of me is Ada.
I'm Ada, and I've never been wrong about anything in my life.
That's why we call her Always Right Ada.
Yes, and I will never die.
Oh, God, yeah, you saw that yesterday.
Yeah. It's the 4th of July tradition.
Okay, well then, fine, yes. Talk about that, Ada.
A movie is funny.
Ada saw Team America World Police.
Oh, wow. I haven't watched that in like 14 years.
Was it your first time ever seeing it, Ada?
No, I'd seen it before.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the first time I saw it when I, since being a huge queer. So some of the homophobic stuff, and it was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like the Film Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've show as an acronym the whole time, and it's like, all right.
Yeah. I remember there being a lot of stuff in that I was like,
Yeah.
I remember there being a lot of vomiting puppet jokes, which they really...
Okay. There's what you're talking about. There's like one scene where the main character drinks too much, and then he goes out into the alleyway and he just barfs for like a full minute. Yeah, it surprised me too.
You never know what's going to do it for somebody, you know?
Yeah.
I think you know someone.
Yes, that movie was made when early 2000s, right?
I have to.
Yeah.
It has to have been like right after 9/11, like
Yeah, that was definitely a huge basis for the movie.
2003-ish, let's say. Probably that circa 2003 lasted 5 years. It really did. It was that whole epic of time where everything felt like that.
Yeah.
And just was that.
The Freedom Fries epoch.
Oh, let's not go back there.
Whatever happened to Michael Moore?
He's still around, and he just said he cannot, in good conscience, call himself a U.S. citizen anymore or something like that because he's mad about the Roe v. Wade thing, which is a valid take.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just like some third-hand article I saw. I don't even know. I do think that he was like when I went to we went to the Women's March like 5 years ago, God, however many years ago that was, and I think he was speaking there, and I think I heard his voice over a megaphone, which implied that he was probably within 100 yards of me, but I did not see him or the stage because there was just
Which is astonishing because he's a very huge man.
He is, but there was like literally 480,000 people there.
That's a lot of folks to eat.
Did it? he was a big man and an even bigger meal.
The old tried and true standby of fat joke.
It's true.
He is fat and it's funny.
Be right. You mentioned that you had watched a movie recently.
Yes, indeed.
It's Fahrenheit 9/11.
It was not Fahrenheit 9/11. I have not seen or read that, and I need to because I need to get. Is that Vonnegut? Fahrenheit?
No, 451.
451 is Vonnegut.
Fahrenheit 9/11 was the Michael Moore movie.
Yeah.
That's right. I just told you I haven't taken a day off work in a year. My brain is soup.
451 is Ray Bradbury, I'm pretty sure.
No, stop, Ada.
No, seriously.
Is that Ray Bradbury?
I'm like...
No, not Ethan Bradbury.
I don't know what anything
Who cares?
is anymore.
Look at the screen. Is it Ray Bradbury? There's your answer. Okay.
Text Bradbury to Frankenstein Control if you think that Fahrenheit 451 was written by Ray Bradbury.
You need to in the book that you show, you need to Photoshop it to say "Roll Doll."
Yeah. Just conflate.
There it says it. Ray Bradbury right there.
Conflate as many dystopian just throw some Steinbeck in there, just some Grapes of Wrath, whatever. Conflate as many unrelated titles and concepts as you possibly can to make this as much a preview of my future dementia as possible.
Now, Taylor, Fahrenheit 451 is not a Roald Dahl book because it's not about something big.
Oh yeah,
Roald Dahl
always needs something big and goofy in his books.
Yeah,
he's the big friendly giant. And he's the big.
He's a giant peach.
He's the giant peach.
There we go.
With the giant rhino that killed James's parents. That was just because they didn't figure out a way to explain autoerotic asphyxiation to a 9-year-old in England.
Oh, that's true. And
that's what killed his parents.
He also wrote The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, he wrote The Big Lebowski.
Screenplay to that movie.
The giant Lebowski.
Yeah, James and the Big Lebowski.
The dude abides. Thundering footsteps.
That movie's fucking weird, man. James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Lebowski as well, but
Big Lebowski's probably one of my favorite movies. But
really?
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to show it to Jen.
It's a fantastic one. I'd be down. I'd be down for that. We could even do that as a movie night. Anyway, the movie I did watch.
Yes.
The movie that Lissa and I did watch over this past weekend, somebody had told me that the new Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, was on Disney Plus.
That you pay for legally with your money.
Yes, that we.
They get your pound of flesh.
Yes, they extract. They damn sure extract their pound of flesh for us for that one. But we were like, we'd been meaning to see that because Lissa loves the Marvel movies. We try to see all of them when we can in theaters, and we haven't been to the movie. Yeah, we haven't been to the movies in a really long time for a lot of very obvious reasons. And Taylor looks like he's bursting.
I hate Michael Moore. I was making faces at Ada. I was silently attracting her attention by drying off my lips with my t-shirt, and then I rolled my lips back because they were all dry and they stood there, so I looked like I had no lips, and I just looked at Ada. Speaking of having no brain.
Yeah, this is the quality entertainment that you tune in for.
This is what we've become.
Sorry to be right.
You really did not interrupt anything of quality.
So you watched, the people were saying Doctor Strange be on Disney Plus, and you stole cable, and now you have it, and what happened?
So, yeah, I was real glad we didn't spend money on that one.
Oh, wow.
Because
It was directed by Ram Sammy.
It was, and he is generally a really cool guy, and Bruce Campbell is in a cameo in it because he's friends with Sam Raimi. And
he's not dead like Stan Lee.
Yeah. The reasons that it was not that great is because, in our humble opinion, the pacing and the writing is very, very strange.
No,
and,
Doctor Strange.
Yes. And it felt very much like someone's fan fiction that they just bought, and then it halfway through the movie it switches from a fan fiction to just a really long Rick and Morty episode. And it has all of the beats of something like that. It introduces a character named America Chavez, who I looked her up because I was curious about this. She is a pre-existing character in the Marvel Universe.
Daughter of Maurice Chavez.
Yeah. Dios mío, you shot him. There's blood and pubic hair all over the studio. Anyone who played
GTA, well, you'll know.
Yeah,
you'll know.
All the way back from the same epoch of time as Team America.
There you go.
It's from good old Vice City, all the way back during the 5 years that, oh boy. Anyhow, so I have a stinking suspicion that if you look up criticism of this movie, you will see a lot of really shitty, god-awful hate directed towards the character of America Chavez, as well as the poor actress who played her, who is a 16-year-old girl. Fucking lay off. You know, I hate that we live in this society where, like, you know, people like Daisy Ridley are like hounded off Twitter by like misogynist hate and just people, you know, anytime there's a problem with a movie, it's always heaped the worst on like the youngest female star of the movie, and it turns into a horrible, hideous thing where like the worst assholes imaginable say all kinds of awful shit. With that in mind, please lay off the poor 16-year-old girl when criticizing this movie. I really didn't feel like she got a chance to say or do much of anything to like be good or bad. Like she's with the speed with which crazy shit happens in that movie, you don't really get a chance for anyone to get much words in edgewise. Yeah. So it's almost like you can't. It's just hard. The movie just throws a lot at you really fast, and the opening scene, it's like the Marvel movies have progressively had more and more CGI in them, and the opening scene of this, I just sort of depersonalized while watching it, and I was just like, this is just old bumper crop Bandersnatch windmilling his arms and pretending that things are attacking him, and he's the only thing on screen that isn't CGI, and
you can tell
that you can tell, and I was just like, this. Something is lost in translation here when they're doing these movies this way anymore. Something.
Here's the most fucked up thing. All the stuff you were calling CG, that was fucking real, dude. Benedict Cumberbatch was fake. He was deep faked into this camera that they put in the fourth dimension.
Benedict Cumberbatch is actually the dragon Smaug that they use CGI to humanize.
I love watching videos of him act as Smaug. It's great.
He's great when he knows.
Looks like he's having so much diggity dang fun.
He is.
He can go ahead and have it. You know, I don't give a shit about you don't like them Hobbit movies. You just watch that Dinkle Don Bumble Dump and he done do a funky dragon for that boy. You don't like me, boy.
So America Chavez.
Yes.
What is there to be disdainful about? What do they even do? What's the point of their character?
So she has these powers that are. She basically can make wormholes between different universes, and she uses that with Doctor Strange to trip all over the multiverse, which is now a canonical thing.
Yeah.
And details about her seem like they were her actual character, I believe, has canonical lesbian moms. Lots of things that are good for a character to have and to normalize nowadays, but the way the show, she has a fully established canonical like background that provides the needed exposition for all of these things. The movie barely touches that. So it feels very, very ham-fisted in a way. It's like it feels like they were trying to give old boomer men an anger heart attack because she every other sentence that she says is like in Spanish, and all of these things, which are fine, but like you can tell the kind of people who would watch it and get mad, and you're just like, are they just doing this to piss those? Not that that's not a valid goal, but it really feels like that everything about this character is just to make those kinds of people mad, because they don't really show enough of her actual background to make any of it make sense. And her actual canonical backstory, she's from, with a name like America Chavez, you'd think that she'd be from our timeline in America, but she's not. She's from some kind of Star Trek utopia planet, where everyone walks around dressed like that, and it's briefly shown in like through a weird portal window when she's hanging out with Doctor Strange when something incomprehensible is happening. And it's implied in the movie that her powers are like her interdimensional portaling powers are like she can barely control them, and she's just like learning how to use them, and she's dangerous for that reason. And she's
the main character of Wakfu.
Yeah, really. And
she's Hugo.
She's shown with her lesbian, like the doctor. They're looking. I forget what even the fuck happens, but they're shown this glimpse into her past, and she's like, "Mi madres," and there's like her two lesbian moms and her on this like picnic on their Star Trek planet, and then a space bee scares her, and she opens a portal and flushes her lesbian moms down a space hole.
What?
And she's like, I lost them. And Doctor Strange is like, they're still out there. They're still alive. And someday you'll find them again. But that's not going to be shown at all in this movie. And we're never going to revisit that.
What the fuck?
And that isn't going to be, resolving that is not going to be any of the part of the rest of this movie.
I want to see the space bee.
Is it just a normal bee, or is it an evil bee?
It just looks like some kind of insect on their space planet. That
it really is telling to at least your interpretation of the movie. That the most interesting thing we've experienced so far is the space bee.
Yeah.
Is it Bee from Bee and Puppy Cat?
No, but I just kept laughing the entire time.
I'd open a portal to get away from that. A cartoon character in real life would be real scary.
I just kept imagining the entire time that she did anything or was shown, or I just imagined, will you take me to the new Marvel movie, Grandpa? Sure, boy. And it's just like, what? Spanish? Lesbian moms? America? He's just having a fatal heart attack. Because also her outfit is like very unsubtly Stars and Stripes themed too.
Oh my God!
Which also does not make any sense for somebody who is not from Earth or from America, like our timeline's America.
So I hate to inform you, bud, but Stars and Stripes are pretty ubiquitous.
No, I mean these are her name was fucking America.
Yeah,
and she's wearing like red, white, and blue.
You know where else America is? Canada and Central America.
Well, yeah.
They call places America that aren't the U.S. They call us the United States.
Of course.
They have a big old giggle at us.
But in the popular, stupid, nationalist bullshit way that our popular culture addresses everything, it would be unconscionable for them to, like, it would make absolutely sense. I'm fucking gone, man.
It's okay. Let me tell you about Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah. So like, what else? So I looked up the actual character, America Chavez, on Wikipedia, and she does have lesbian moms and is from Star Trek world. And her character's moms actually sacrifice themselves in some cataclysmic event that ends up giving her powers, which makes a lot more damn sense. Other than because like she's already
space bee.
Yeah. So like when she gets scared by the space bee, she's already like 7 or 8. And it's like if this kid had these unpredictable powers, it would have manifested a lot sooner. Like, do you have any idea how often I was spooked by shit as a kid? Like,
Yeah,
constantly.
but you've never seen a space bee, dude.
Yeah, but
The space bee's real scary.
like
You ain't never seen no stinger on no space bee, I'll tell you what.
I'm just trying to say, like, you know, if they're trying to present the idea that she got spooked by something and it caused her uncontrollable powers to manifest, like, something would have scared her a lot sooner than that bee. This would have happened a lot sooner than, I don't know, I just find it just did not, it was stupid, it did not make any sense, and we were just like, what the fuck? And yeah, they never help her find her mom's or her family ever again. She doesn't go back to her world that she apparently left. Mm-hmm. She hangs out with Doctor Strange's sorcerer buddies at the end of the movie, and that's it. And I had another point about this that I was going to make, but I'm dead. I'm brain dead, so I can't.
But you wrote it down on your phone.
I did, and I
forgot how to read.
I did. I can't read. And none of my notes makes it. There's just the code 9193. I don't know why the fuck I wrote that. The fuck does that mean? That's not notes for this comedy show that I do. I don't know what the hell that is.
9193 is a pretty funny number.
919B as in space B.
There you go. It's the code.
Oh,
you broke the code, B-Rod.
Oh no, I know. I remember. There's all these other because it's multiverse time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's multiverse time, they have as many like tacked on, forced in references. There's a cameo from old Picard as fucking Professor X.
Yeah.
There's all of that shit.
Yeah.
And it's
I was wondering how heavy they would. I mean, it's called Multiverse of Madness.
It's very heavy.
I was wondering how heavily they were going to lean on this modern trend of every movie needs to be Ready Player One. Every movie needs to be this like fucking cluster shit orgy of pop culture crap and in references, and just like, isn't it neat when Mr. Fantastic shows up for 3 seconds, does nothing, and it's not important? Cool,
he also
man.
shows up. He's also in there, and he's played by John Krasinski.
And the Iron Giant shows up too, right?
Yeah.
And then the fucking dudes from Clockwork Orange start dancing.
Yep.
And
all of
flying
that.
monkey in the background.
And the flying monkey won't stop dancing, and you just kept laughing for 5 minutes
I
straight.
lost my goddamn
As
mind.
America Vespucci's fucking grandparents fucking die or some shit, and then you're the only one in the theater laughing because you keep seeing that flying monkey in the background.
It really did come off that way. Like, they just forced every single reference they possibly could into the movie. None of them hit in an, oh cool, it's that guy. It's like all of them hit cringe. All of them you're just like, oh no, oh this is a fanfic.
And then they go into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And then they go to Hollow Bastion. And they save her from the darkness.
And Doctor Strange gets switched out with Jack Skellington for that part because but no, like everything hits cringe. And everyone is written really stiffly. The thing that makes it most, so this is what makes it most feel like a fanfic, is that like everyone has character regression. Like Doctor Strange's whole bag from the first Doctor Strange movie is like, I'm an asshole hotshot surgeon man who don't need no, I'm an independent man who don't need no woman. Oh no, I broke my hands and I can't do the surgery no more. I have no purpose in life unless I learn about sorcery, I guess. And
I really like that, actually.
But it worked. It worked very well. It worked very well, and he had a complete character arc that finished.
Yeah.
And then they like regressed him because they also needed him to be a selfish asshole in this movie, so he unlearned some of those lessons so that he could be selfish for the point of things. Wow. And like his love interest in this was Christine, who is Rachel McAdams from the first one. I think, is it McAdam? I don't know.
Rachel Ray?
Feel free to at me if I got that wrong and tell me that.
Ray.
Yeah.
Show a picture of Rachel Ray on the screen. I don't know why.
Rachel Ray Delish. She makes the cat food that Pumpkin tolerates.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's her. But she was his love interest, who was only in like the first third of the first movie, and I did not remember who the fuck she was. He does not have any like more meaningful time with her in the first movie, so I didn't even remember that she was supposed to be important to him.
Wait, who? His girlfriend.
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And like she's like his love interest that he's pining over in this one too, and it's like I forgot who she even was. Like it's all this character regression stuff, and it's like that's still a thing. Why?
This whole movie is basically just like that one like drunk drunk night of weakness where you text your ex. It's like you up.
Well, yeah, that.
But it's in the Marvel universe, so it involves ripping open a universe and being scared by space bees.
So, when you read a fanfic, because we've all done it, and it's a bad fanfic that you read in high school, and like the main character, who's an established character, acts very stiff and strange and in like ways that they necessarily like normally wouldn't. Like all the characters behave like that in this movie. All like and the fact that America's
they really need to stop going on AO3 for their screenplays these days.
That's what Alyssa said. She's like, "Who do they pay? Do they just went on there and paid somebody and adapted their fanfic into this movie because
fuck you mean pay? They're Disney.
Yeah, really.
They just steal. And then what are you gonna do about it?
The fact that like America Chavez has a pre-existing canonical backstory with all of these elements that are good. But none of that is shown. It makes it come off very ham-fisted and forced. And she looks, even though she's not an OC, it makes her look like one. Just because of the way she is sort of handled by the movie. Handled by the movie. It just comes across, and it's like Doctor Strange is like, I met this child 12 minutes ago, but I'm ready to die for her.
I'm astonished you haven't mentioned Zombie Strange yet.
That's because he was the only sort of entertaining part of the movie.
Oh, word?
And there's a scene.
I just heard there was a Zombie Strange in the movie, and I thought, I'm like, that sounds dumb.
Yeah, there's a Zombie Strange. At one point, he has to possess his own dead body for reasons.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Before we go any farther in this was directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
So, like, could you even consider that some of this should have just been viewed as, like, through a sort of a kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of lens that Sam Raimi is kind of famous for? Or is this just, like, too much? And it's just you can't have fun in the camp anymore?
It's to me, it hit, like, too much. Like, Sam Raimi is camp and funny, and he's great. Like, I expected better from him.
Yeah, that's why I was excited for it, too. I'm like, this is the first one I'm excited for in a while.
It is also entirely possible, and I'm going to say this now, that all of that was very well intended and other people liked this movie and perceived it in a way that I didn't because I am an asshole. And I am burned out. And I do not possess the proper faculties to view something like that and interpret it in the way that it was intended. And this is my subjective interpretation of it because I'm not doing very good right now in life. I just interpreted all this negative shit.
No, you're right. I actually just got a notification on my phone that scientifically, like they ran the numbers, they did the test. This movie is shit.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yes, from a tested, vetted point of view.
Oh.
The numbers don't lie.
It
is mathematically shit.
Oh my God! Wow.
In my humble opinion, everything did like I mentioned the Rick and Morty aspect of it because there's like these alternate Avengers that show up at one point and they're all stupid and weird, and one of them dies in a dumb way. It's like they first try to make him poignant by saying he killed that universe's previous Strange in an act of self-sacrifice on Doctor Strange's part, and then they just straight up have him do a stupid ass shit and kill himself. And it's this guy who I'm not even sure if he's a pre-established Marvel character or not, but he like whispers a word and it's like almost like it's one of the fucking Greybeards from Skyrim. You know how they're like they can kill you with a whisper.
Yeah,
he has that power.
Oh wait, Black Adam?
Yeah, that's the dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the dude, and he's in this.
Yeah, Black Adam. He has a voice that can like destroy a planet if he shouts or something.
Yeah,
like shatter the universe or some crazy shit. So like he never talks.
That's the guy, and like in that particular universe, because they jump through a lot of universes, and some of them Doctor Strange is alive, and in some of them he's dead, and in that one, he had uncovered some terrible power that was too great to let him keep, and even he agreed to that, and so he let that dude whisper him to death.
Oh my God.
And then that dude it's a super semi-poignant scene, or they attempt to make it poignant, and then the very next scene, that Black Adam guy fucks his power up and kills himself, and it's stupid.
See, what happened in the original draft is that
and that made it feel real.
Doctor Strange is like, oh, I found this thing. You got to kill me, Black Adam. You got to whisper me to death. He's like, all right. And he got close to him. He goes, penis, 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 penis.
And it just obliterated Doctor Strange.
And then it's just the gift of the guy from Scanners with the head exploded. But with Benedict Cumberbatch's face deep faked onto that.
It just that whole aspect of it is what really made it feel Rick and Morty-ish. It felt like they were trying. It just felt like everything was too much, too fast, and they didn't spend enough time on anything to make it feel meaningful. And everyone is like this weird, shitty alternate version of themselves for some reason. And the villain of the movie, I've spoiled a lot of shit like by now. Like who even cares?
The villain of the movie is Thanos 2.
No, the villain of the movie is fucking
That was
Wanda.
the villain of Endgame.
Oh yeah, it was.
The villain of the movie is Wanda. Who did you watch any of the WandaVision stuff?
God, no.
Yeah. So they like Wanda has her old trauma in WandaVision. They try to tie WandaVision into this, and like they do Wanda dirty because like WandaVision is all about her processing her trauma, which she does by the end of it, and then it's not processed again in this, and she's bad because of it, and she's the villain. And it's like, is this an alternate Wanda? Who even knows or cares? None of this is explained. It's like what the fuck is this? Why is everyone an asshole? Why is everyone a weird version of themselves? It doesn't feel natural. Like, this is all CGI. Who is this kid? Why is everything about this kid look like it's supposed to give some boomer a heart
While
attack?
Beer Eyes complaining about this, like, could you put like that clip of Gandalf crying in the green screen?
Yeah. This is not why I became an actor. I am a huge cynical asshole who is also like.
Are you a cinema cynic?
I'm a cinema cynic. I'm just some asshole from Maryland. Who the hell cares what I think?
Welcome to Just Some Asshole from Maryland.
the new hit TV show.
But basically, what you're saying is, all of you schmucks out there should have seen Everything Everywhere All at Once when it came out. So,
Yeah.
And you didn't. And you did.
It feels like they're trying to give it that treatment, and it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And the movies came out like the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
One was clearly
amazing.
better.
The other one was, as I said, mathematically terrible.
The mathematician. So yeah, you did wrong. You should have done better, but you didn't.
Watch everything
tut.
all at once on A24 Plus,
Yeah, really.
which
Fuck
is
me.
coming new.
Everybody
coming now.
have a fun bar mitzvah over in bagel of everything.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.